Dear SIGA members, committed supporters, dear friends in sport integrity. 100 days ago, I had the profound honor of being re-elected unanimously and by acclamation as global CEO of SIGA. I accepted that renewed mandate with gratitude, but above all, with one clear commitment: not to stand still, but to accelerate. Today, 100 days later, it is time to render account. These first 100 days demonstrated that SIGA is entering in a completely new phase. One in which integrity can no longer rest on good intentions alone. Standards must lead to scrutiny. Commitments must lead to accountability. And promises must lead to proof. Over these first 100 days, we opened the review of the SIGA Universal Standards and broke new ground on two fronts: artificial intelligence and sport integrity, and social and environmental sustainability in sport. We advanced SERVS, our independent rating and verification system, moving from standards on paper to independent scrutiny, verification, and certification. We also opened the global accreditation process to take independent certification to scale. We strengthened SIGA Women. We expanded our global mentorship program. And in Cannes, just a couple of weeks ago, we brought together leaders from sports and the creative industries around female leadership, empowerment, and gender equity. We did all that, but we did more. We launched SIGA Earth, placing sustainability where it belongs, not at the margins of governance, but at its heart. And through Mission 100, which we are launching in this very instant, we are taking our reform agenda closer to the ground, mobilizing leaders and organizations across countries, continents, and around one clear fundamental ambition: every sport, every country, SIGA certified. We have also strengthened SIGA. But most importantly, we are preparing to submit our own governance voluntarily to independent assessment against the same universal standards on good governance that we ask others to embrace. Because we should never ask others what we are unwilling to demand to ourselves. So this progress, ladies and gentlemen, this progress matters. Because the challenges that SIGA was created to address have not disappeared. On the contrary, if anything, recent events have reminded us with renewed urgency of how real those challenges remain. Political interference in sport has not disappeared. Opaque decisions taken without sufficient transparency or accountability have not disappeared. Conflicts of interest, corruption, and the abuse of power have not disappeared. And organized crime does not take holidays. It respects no borders. It has no scruples. Wherever there is money, influence, and vulnerability, it will seek an opportunity. And sport is not immune. So these threats must be confronted. Not selectively, not conveniently, not randomly, but consistently, independently, and without fear or favor. Because when political power and sport become dangerously entwined, when transparency gives way to opacity, when accountability becomes negotiable, trust is the first casualty. And that brings us to something fundamental, something truly at the heart of sport. Ladies and gentlemen, autonomy is not independence. Autonomy is not a blank check. Sports organizations are neither above the law or outside the law. Autonomy rests on essential sine qua non conditions: good governance, integrity, transparency, accountability, stakeholder engagement. Without them, without these fundamental principles, autonomy loses legitimacy, and discretion must never become arbitrariness. Autonomy must be earned through responsibility, and sustainability through trust. That is precisely why SIGA exists. The era of declarations alone is over. Integrity must be demonstrated. Governance must be verified. Accountability must be real. So, if you are an international or national sports federation, if you are a league, if you are a club, if you are a player union, adopt the SIGA universal standards. Submit to independent scrutiny through serves. Walk the walk. And if you are also a major or a small sponsor, if you are a broadcaster, if you are a streamer, if you are a commercial partner, don't choose neutrality if neutrality means being passive, if neutrality means pretending it's not your business, it's not your money, it's not your reputation or the one of your shareholders. You have to pick your side. You have to choose where you want to stand. I'm sorry to be blunt, but that is the truth. And the time to make choices has arrived. We have made ours. Now, in this precise moment, another 100 days begin. And 100 days from now, we will render account again. And by then, Mission 100 must be fully mobilized. Let me correct that. By then, Mission 100 will be fully mobilized. Our strategic country hubs activated. Our membership stronger and broader. The revised universal standards decisively advanced. Serves, the silver bullet that we call serves, scaling through independent certification. SIGA Women 2.0, moving from vision to action and impact, changing lives of young women and girls throughout the sports industry. Within 100 days, SIGA Earth will be driving our sustainability agenda forward. With youth, ladies and gentlemen, youth leading the way forward. But beyond these next 100 days stands an even greater milestone. On the 31st of January 2027, SIGA will celebrate 10 years as a legal entity. It is what we call SIGA 10. But SIGA 10 cannot be simply an anniversary. It must be a statement of legacy, a platform for the future. 10 years ago, many questioned whether independent global standards for sport integrity were necessary or even possible. Today, the question is no longer that. Today, the question is different. The question is whether we have the courage, the determination, and the collective responsibility to make integrity irreversible. Our conviction is simple. Integrity in sport cannot be proclaimed. It must be demonstrated. The first 100 days created momentum. The next 100 days must turn that momentum into transformation. And when we reach SIGA 10, let us not simply celebrate how far we have come. Let us demonstrate how far we are prepared to go. Because the next chapter of sport integrity will not be written by promises. It will be written by proof. It will be written by action, by accountability, making integrity irreversible. Making integrity irreversible. That's it. Plain and simple. Thank you.